Good afternoon. We are here with Crypto Divas with Julian Gotzel and myself, Liina. And like always, we'll have a look at what's been going on in the world of crypto.
Well, you're back from traveling as well, too, Liina.
Yes, I just came back from a trip in LA. I went to a few events, met a lot of very cool people. And yeah, it's very interesting where the sort of blockchain field is going. So the move from ICOs to security tokens and equity, so sort of traditional investing, where it should be going, really, to be honest.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so what news have you caught your eye this week?
Yeah, speaking of which, looking at the markets, Bitcoin is now more stable than S&P 500 and Nasdaq and Dow. So that's something.
That's mad.
Very interesting. I mean, the traditional markets are going through a bad time. So we were talking a few weeks back that whether a next financial crisis is coming. There are some bad signs. So we'll see.
It's interesting. I was saying that also the same line, OKX, is that kind of the Hong Kong exchange? They've actually delisted 50 trading pairs, but because they said there was no trading, so they've just taken them off. They haven't deleted the tokens, and that's good too as well, because if things aren't really working, you don't want them on exchanges because it gives the wrong impression. That's probably all towards the stability stuff.
Regarding sort of Asia, here's an interesting one. So Vertex Ventures, which is backed by the Singapore state fund called Temasek, I don't know how to say that, has invested in Binance.
Ooh.
So, yeah, they are preparing to expand their operations into Singapore, and what they want to start doing there is doing sort of crypto to fiat and vice versa. So right now Binance is only crypto. So that's a great news. On another note, Binance has been warned by Japan's financial watchdog in March for operating without registration. But if they get fully regulated in Singapore, that could be really huge for them.
Actually, in related Binance news, I saw, how in October they said that all their listings were going to go to charity, and they'd be very transparent, and it wasn't a minimum amount, whatever. But there was a UN World Investment Forum in Geneva recently during the week, and they've announced a blockchain-based donation website. It's called Blockchain Charity Foundation. Binance will cover all the running costs. The donations will all go direct to people who need it, so it's all about transparency. I'm one of the first people to be helped victims of the floods in East Uganda. That's cool. And Tron has pledged $3 million, so that's interesting. So that's, again, it makes sense. Listings, that's a huge game, isn't it, for coins to be listed, and we've seen some commotion on that in the past. So that, and it makes Binance doesn't need to charge for listing. I mean, they're the largest crypto exchange. Their daily trading volume is $467 billion. And it went up 8% in the last 24 hours. So they don't need listings. They have a lot of money.
Yeah, definitely. On another note, there's a lot of talk about that trading volume not being really true. But even if it's half of that, still a lot of money. But yeah, that's any sort of charity thing is always a good.
Nice, yeah, and it's transparency. Remember the Pineapple Fund, and they gave away millions at the start of the year, which is lovely. But this is more, I think, rather than just giving away your excess Bitcoin, and I get that was a very good thing for them to do. Just do it transparently, so that makes it more sense for both donor and for recipient. So I think that's a good move, and I like seizing.
If we were talking about the Bitcoin price being stable, I found an article in Cointelegraph saying that the low volatility signals the price is bottoming. So we should be seeing an uptrend soon. And this topic actually came up a lot when I was in LA. I was spending time with some hedge funds, and sort of high frequency traders, and they said like what you see in the patterns and normally indicates that there's going to be a very big move, but of course we don't know which way, so it could be either. But yeah, definitely it's you know, the price is stable, the volatility is down, so it's either going to go really well or really badly.
We're going to vote for the former. And actually, and good news too as well, China says now that owning Bitcoin is lawful, it's legal on Chinese soil, because the central banks have banned trading. But there was a case in front of, I think which court it was, in Shenzhen, but they said that people are now, Chinese citizens are allowed to own Bitcoin because it's classed as an asset or a property, and they can also transfer it between them. So not trade, but transfer. So that's obviously a good move, that it's no longer illegal. You know, they recognize it as an asset class. That's cool. And then I saw too as well, UBS in Switzerland, they had a report, I think it's from earlier this year, but it wasn't like it, said that Bitcoin could replace the US dollar, but they reckon that the price had to be around $213,000 for it to replace it. And of course, its transaction speeds need to be overhauled. So, but it's interesting that things like UBS, I know it's a very forward-looking bank and it's involved with crypto, but it's still something that they say it could replace the dollar. And I think the more people talk about the financial world, I'm learning loads of things. Like, I mean, the dollar, it's not pegged to anything. You know, after the Bretton Woods Agreement, when and then during the Vietnam War, the reason why Nixon decoupled it is because even though all the gold from the world after World War II ended up in Fort Knox pretty much, but then Nixon was printing money to raise money for the Vietnamese War. That's why he decoupled it, because Charles de Gaulle sent over his warships demanding that all the bearers, all the dollars that they had would be honored. And this is very recent history. We don't really talk about it. I mean, modern money is so dodgy. You know, we actually sat down and spoke about it. I was like, oh my God, that is weird. So now I'm learning lots, and I'm finding it fascinating.
Yeah, that topic also came up in one of the dinners I had, and there was an interesting point that I haven't heard before, that the US dollar is backed by its economy. So the imports, exports, and what people are spending is what's backing up the US dollar. If the economy is going well, then the dollar is going well, and you know, the opposite. But yeah, you know, if you look at it that way, you know, the gold standard, I mean, what are you going to do with a brick of gold nowadays anyway? But yeah, no. I also agree that the traditional money is also very dodgy. So you know.
Very flawed indeed. And then you saw RippleNet. They're adding to their network the whole time. They brought in a Czech Republic fintech company, Amore Finance, joined MUFG, the Japanese largest bank by assets, Bank of America, Western Union, and Santander. So RippleNet is doing well, and as a result, their price has increased like 500%. It's now $98.06. So so Ripple seems to have been immune to all the volatility of earlier this year too as well. So mass adoption, you know.
Very nice. I've got something here. Elon Musk, of course. I love to talk about Elon Musk. He tweeted about Bitcoin. Literally, want to buy some Bitcoin, with a picture of anime, and that got shared and retweeted and liked so many times that Twitter blocked his account, and they thought that he was being hacked, because obviously he should be a bit touchy about tweeting about anything financial nowadays.
Yes.
Yeah, and after that he also tweeted that Twitter thought he got hacked and locked his account.
Wow.
So that's funny, because he not so long ago he was talking that Bitcoin is a scam and so on and so on, but yeah,
he's changing his mind. Wow. And then I also saw, if you got an extra $6.7 million and you want to buy in cryptocurrency, you want to buy a really nice villa in the Bahamas, you can, and the owner will take Bitcoin or Ethereum, Litecoin, Monero, Dash, and Zcash. And that lovely place includes, it's only a villa, it's not the whole island, by the way. And it's got a professional chef and a concierge, 24-hour gym. So I imagine the running costs will be pretty expensive too as well. But yeah, 6.7 million, not a bother. I'll have two, please. From this one next year, I'll have two. And then I say this is awards season this November here in Ireland, and I've been shortlisted for 2 awards. One is the Image Business Woman of the Year in Technology, so I'm shortlisted for that. That'll be announced on the 21st of November. And then there's the Women in IT Awards group. They're based out of the UK, first time in Ireland. And I've been shortlisted for Woman of the Year overall. Woo! Yay! This is a nomination. And then there's also a Women in Technology conference on the 15th. So it's back to back. Women are ruling in November in Ireland, certainly.
Very nice. The women topic, of course, going to a crypto conference. It's just the first day of the Crypto Invest Summit, they had this women's session when only women were talking, and we were like, oh, this is a bit uncomfortable. Why won't you just? And to be fair, every panel and there were women on the normal talks as well, and they were really good. I really liked the keynote by this company called Sense. They are doing a private messaging app, saying like, you know, we have 4 billion internet users nowadays, which is great. 3.2 billion use Facebook's services, and Facebook is stealing your data. And it's not about that we have something to hide, but it's just, you know, this is our data. We have something to protect. So crazy things like you share some private link somewhere and then you start seeing ads. I mean, that's creepy.
It is.
And I had that happen to me weirdly after my husband proposed, but we hadn't told anyone. We hadn't said anything on social media. No talk about that at all. And the next day, I start getting ads for wedding dresses. I'm thinking, they're literally listening, and then they're targeting ads.
That's scary, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. And they're making so much money off our data, and we have no control over it.
I know when I got engaged, like, and this is like back in the dark ages, we put an announcement in the Times of London and the Irish Times here. And afterwards, I got lots of physical mail, you know, snail mail with dresses and stuff. But I had put the announcement in the paper to, you know, to say we got engaged. So I guess
you have announced it. That's fine.
Yeah.
But, yeah, crazy. So I hope Facebook dies.
I mean, I still use it because my friends are there. But
yeah,
as soon as we have an alternative that works, I'm off it because it's horrible. And the other thing that kills me the most, when they show the memories, which I like getting my memories, and I often share it, you know, I share my memories, but it said, on Facebook, we care about you. Why would they write that? Why don't they say, here's a nice memory you want to share with your pal? That's cool. Like, I mean, I like the service itself, but I hate to say, we care about you. That's so creepy. What's that?
Mark doesn't care about us.
No, he doesn't at all. All his foundations. I mean, that's the whole thing too as well. You say, oh, they do good. But, you know, it's kind of wrong when you can make so much money, and then he picks his pet projects. You know, so it's not like universal tax, which a democracy decides what's important to invest the money in. And don't be wrong, I'm very happy that he's has the foundation and he's reinvesting himself. That's good, but it shouldn't be. He shouldn't get the kudos for spending money that he's earned off our backs and his pet projects. There's something wrong there, isn't it? He gets the praise for it. So anyway, yes, we're not very fond of Mark here in this program.
I've got one more news about Coinbase being approved to offer crypto custody services, which, pretty big. And so they can become a crypto custodian while holding the company to exact same financial standards as some mature financial institutions would be. And also Coinbase aren't the only ones here. BitGo also got approval, Northern Trust, Prime Trust, and some more. But what this actually means is Coinbase is now also looking for regulatory approval for things like getting a broker-dealer license and alternative trading system license and registered investment advisor license. So what they can start doing is trading and holding securities, for example. So that would be great.
That's good. Was it Coinbase? They let go 15 people, and they're disgruntled. They worked really hard to the 50. So it's not really a story. It sounds to me as though they let go some people who maybe weren't right for the organization. I don't know. a weird story that I read, and I thought, harder than 50, let's go 15. That really presumes that the 15 who went right for the culture. I don't know any casting any asparagus on their careers or anything like that.
Yeah. Do you know how many people work there at all?
No, I just saw they hired 250 recently, but I don't know what the overall amount is.
Because yeah, I also saw that and I thought 15, like, okay, it's not like they have some sort of massively letting people go. Interesting. Let me just see if I can.
Maybe it was maybe like a fake news type story or disgruntled employee type story. Maybe it didn't. It struck me it was a weird one. I thought that doesn't make any sense because apart from there's natural churn. If you hire people, there's only natural churn when people go. So unless there's any sort of class, suits being brought forward or constructive dismissal actions coming, it does seem like a funny news story.
Yeah, well, they have over 500 employees, so letting 15 go is, that's normal.
No, and they've just doubled recently, so that doesn't make any sense. Maybe it's fake news. I'm not quite sure, but I did see that too. That's all the news that I have. Do you have any other news or?
Yeah, that's all I have for now.
Yeah. I mean, I reckon it was a good week, especially with all these awards. Woo!
Yeah.
Nice awards. And now, can I win the gongs? So the worst thing is now, because I'm moving house literally this week, do I have, they're both black tie events, the ones that the awards. Are you allowed to wear short dresses and black tie? I think you are now, aren't you? Women are allowed, don't have to be long dresses anymore. You can get away with the short.
I don't know.
Whatever fits. I don't know what that goes. And of course, that presupposes that I'm going to be up on the podium collecting the gong. If I'm not up on the podium, who cares?
Well, prepare to win.
Exactly. That's the right mindset. Yes. Yeah. So that was great to have you back. Missed you last week. Of course, we didn't do any, and I was tearing my hair out trying to get my things sorted, my move, my final boxes. So so we'll see. Ask everybody who's watching to share and like. I'm gonna share that on Facebook and on LinkedIn and on tribe.one as well. So I'm sharing the stuff there. So maybe Irish Central, or certainly Irish Tech News. So sharing.
Yes, I think it's been a good week. Definitely was a good week for me. I need at least another week to recover, but it's good.
Yeah, that's good. Good. Because I'm going to London next week just for the day. So it's nice to do this little bit of traveling. So interesting.
Okay, so join us next week.
Brilliant.
And have a good crypto week.
And you. Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.